lunadesigns.com. What's going on, guys? Today I want to show you how to create a fully functional calculator from a UI design using HTML5, CSS, and JavaScript. Let me show you what I have so far for the UI design and the actual working file for it. So here I have the actual full functional calculator that I have generated for this tutorial. Again, I have created it using HTML5, CSS, and JavaScript. I created the overall look and feel using Photoshop. As you can see, everything seems to be working fine, and I want to show you how I created it. So I'm gonna be using Adobe Dreamweaver for this tutorial. Feel free to use any text editor that you feel more comfortable with, but I'm gonna basically create it using Dreamweaver, since Dreamweaver I'll be using it for a while now. So for this tutorial, it's gonna be pretty quick, and it's actually not gonna be complicated in any case. So let's get started. So first I'm gonna open up my my Dreamweaver file. So as soon as you have your text editor, first of all, we're gonna start out by so we're gonna start out by creating our doc type. Create our HTML. Create our head section. Let's create our meta chart set. Let's create our title section. Simple. Okay. And once we have our title section completed, we're gonna create our external links. I'm gonna start off by adding our style sheet, just one for this one. Be our CSS file, and then let's add our JavaScript. Let's close our head section. Let's open up the body section. Close our body section and close our HTML. Let me just I'm giving me some space, so first of all, the first thing I'm going to create is going to be the container where all of our things are going to be. So let's give it a div class container, and I'm gonna add in my image. So let me just show you what. So this thing right here, except this, but the rest, the background, it's an image, so that's what we're gonna add. So I'm gonna add my image. Oops. And it's this one right here. And next we're gonna add our display section right here, which it's gonna look a little bit different since we're still gonna work on the styling for it later on. But let's add our display section. So let's give it a name of div, a class of name of display, input, let's give it a size of 36, ID display, read only, and then close our div. Let's add a div class. We're gonna name it keys. And next we're gonna add our buttons. So we're gonna start off with this section right here, MRC, and then the plus slash minus, the percent, and then the divide section. So I'm gonna have them as paragraphs. So I'm gonna close my paragraph. So that's gonna be our first section. So that's gonna be input type equals button, class equals button, and give it a value of, remember it's our MRC, the first one. On click. So this is gonna be the not defined section, so we're gonna give it not defined. And then let's add our plus slash minus. So let's do input type equals button, class button, value, it's our plus slash minus, on click. For this one we're gonna add math, plus, minus, okay, and let's add our percent sign. Let's give it a value. It's gonna be our percent. Okay, so our last one's gonna be our divide. So let's do the divide, and then math. So if you're using a Mac, so if you hold Alt and Shift, no, on the /, it's gonna give you the divide sign. Alt /. So far we have our first 4 buttons, and so let's save our file, and let's see what we have so far. So we have added our background, our calculator UI design, and as you can see, we have our display, and then we have our buttons. So we're looking good so far. So let me go back to Dreamweaver, and next we're gonna add the rest of the buttons. So I'm gonna open up another P tag, close it, and then do input type, and let me see. I'm gonna do one, and then I'm just gonna copy it. Equals button. Button value 7, on click, goes math 7. Okay, so I need 3 more, so I'm just gonna copy these right here and add them 3 times. Since our total is 4, so basically we're just gonna change our value. So this is gonna be 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, and this is gonna be our x, our times. So, and then this one's gonna be our times section right there. Let's go ahead and copy this for our 3rd row, and let's change the other row. So it's gonna be 4, 5, 6, and then this one's gonna be a minus. It's gonna be 4, 5, 6, and the minus, and then let's copy it one more time. this one's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and this is gonna be our plus sign. 1, 2, 3, our plus sign, and let's copy it one more time. This is gonna be our last row for the buttons. So this one's gonna be 0. This one's gonna be dot. It's gonna be C, and this one's gonna be the equal sign. So we have 0 dot C, and this one's for the equal signs, so this one's gonna be a little bit different. So we're gonna change the math to just type E and then not have anything inside. For the C, which is gonna cancel the numbers, so basically I'm gonna have a C and let's not have anything inside, just like that. And let's close our divs. We have 3 divs, actually 2 divs, and so that's pretty much it for our HTML side. Now let's go to let's just take a look at what we have so far, and let's refresh it. So as you can see, we have our display, we have our first row, second row, third row, fourth row, and fifth row. So now let's style it, that way it fits in our UI design that we have created. So let me go back to my Dreamweaver and open up my CSS file. And first of all I'm gonna start off by adding my HTML, and I'm gonna give it a background image, and I have the background image right here. And just copy it, so background image, and background size, I'm gonna give it 100%, that way it scales. Background repeat, and I'm gonna no repeat. I'm gonna background color, and for the color I have 7B. It's like a purplish. Okay, let's save that. Let's check out my. Okay, there you have it so far. So we added our background, and then we added our background image, and we added our background color. We set our image to scale. So good so far. Now let's go back to my Dreamweaver file, and let me add. I'm gonna style the container dot. I'm adding a dot because it was a class, so container. I'm gonna give it a margin of 150 pixels, and the rest on the rest of the sides 0, and then I'm gonna center it. So if I go back to my file, I should have everything centered, and there you go, everything centered. And we're gonna start styling our buttons and our display to fit properly in my section. So on my UI design, I mean. So let me go back to my Dreamweaver file. And let's style our button. I'm gonna give it a position of relative, width 60 pixels, height 50 pixels, a border of none. I don't want a border on it. Background, I don't want a background, so I set it to none. Top, have negative 620 pixels. Font size set to 36 pixels. Margin 11 pixels. Font family, I set it for Varela. It's a Google font that I found that I liked, so it's called Varela. It's a sans serif font. Font weight lighter, that way it's not bold. Color of white. Text decoration none, and I don't want to outline. So let's save my file, check out my progress, and so far everything's almost aligning, and we're just gonna keep on working further on our CSS file. That way we can kind of finish our CSS. So basically I'm gonna style my button active, so when it gets clicked, it looks like it's being clicked. So I'm gonna add a background color. I'm gonna 938A A2 transform translate. Let's give it 4 pixels. Opacity, let's set it to 0.1, and I don't want a border around my buttons, so border to none. Now let's style the display input. Give it a position of relative, height 25 pixels, width 345 pixels, text align I want it to the right. Font size, let's do 100 pixels. Opacity, let's do 0.5. Top, negative 615 pixels. Background, I don't want a background, and I don't want a border. So let's save our file. Let's check out our progress. And so far we have everything aligned. Everything seems to be aligned correctly. And as you can see, once you click on the buttons, there you can see that it kind of goes down a little bit. So it's working now. We just gotta work on making it work using JavaScript, just a small script. So let's go back to my Dreamweaver file. Let's go to our JavaScript, and we're gonna start out by creating a function for our C val, and basically inside of it we're gonna do document dot get element by ID, and remember it's our class ID is display dot value equals val. Let's create another function for our math val. Inside of it, we're gonna do document dot get element by ID, and again it's display dot value plus equal val. Next is gonna be let's create a function for our error for our E, and let's do try inside of this, so it's gonna be our C eval document dot get element by ID, and it's display that value. Let's do something else. So let's add catch. Let's catch our E. And let's do C error. And let's just add a last bracket. So that's pretty much it for our JavaScript file. Let's save it. Let's check it out on our actual working calculator. Let's refresh it. Let's try it out. 9 times 2 equals 18. So there you go. It's working. Let's cancel that. Let's do 6 minus 3 equals 3. Cancel. So there you have it. So now you know how to create a fully functional calculator from a UI design. Glad you watched my tutorial for this. Like I said, it's something real simple, real easy, but I mean it's fun. I mean, creating something and making it work, it's always a challenge, and it's always fun. But if you have any questions or any comments or any questions on my tutorial, please feel free to let me know, and thank you for watching. See you on my next tutorial. Bye.